Good morning. Today, I want to talk about a painful truth: how society continues to blame victim instead of holding abuser accountable. Some time ago, I watched a short video on social media. A woman told me about her bitter past. She said that she had been abused by one of her family members. Then, full of fear, she tried to talk to her mother. But what did the mother say? That's why don't wear clothes like that. The sentence thrown by the mother sounded simple but devastating. Instead of being embraced, she was blamed. Instead of being protected, she was silenced. And what's even sadder is that when I read the comment on the video, it turns out that many other women have experienced the same things. Abused by cousins, uncles, and even their fathers. Then, when they tried to speak up, their voices were ignored, and they were blamed instead of the perpetrator being held accountable. The victim became the scapegoat. Everyone, have we ever pondered why it is that when a woman experiences harassment, her clothes are the first to be blamed? The words like, "That's why don't wear clothes like that. You deserve to be abused." Whereas harassment cases do not recognize the type of clothing, place, or time. The problem is not with the victim, but with society perspective and lack of moral education. According to catatan tahunan 2024 from Komnas Perempuan, there were more than 445,000 cases of violence against women, an increase of 10% from previous year. 7,305 of them were sexual harassment. The majority of victims are children and teenagers. Birth of them comes from the closest people. What is more worrying is that many cases of harassment occur not in dark place, not on quiet street, but in the nearest environment, even inside the house. If clothes are not the cause of harassment, why are young children, women wearing hijab, or even women with undergarments still victims? Harassment is not about clothes. Harassment is about power and injustice, which is allowed to grow because we prepare to blame the victim rather than challenge the perpetrator. Particle culture is rooted in our social system. Women are taught to be afraid while men are allowed to feel powerful. Instead of focusing on how women dress, we should teach respect, empathy, and consent starting at home and in school. Children need to learn that touching without permission is wrong, and that not everything is laughable, and that the word no should be respected. School should also be a safe place to talk, not a place that nurtures silence. And parents must learn that when girls talk about abuse, it is not an invitation to judge but a call to protection. Women's safety is not the responsibility of women's clothing. Women's safety is a shared responsibility to create a safe, fair, and civilized environment. Ladies and gentlemen, the safety of women is not and should never be the burden of their clothing. It is a shared responsibility to create a world that is safe, respectful. We must stop asking what was she wearing and start asking why did he think it was okay. We must stop teaching girls to be afraid and start teaching boys to be respectful. Once again, thank you for a lecture for this opportunity, and thank you for listening. May this be more than words, a reminder, a wake-up call, and a small step toward change.